Hello, ghouls! If you're new here, my name is Kylie, or Ghoul Host, and this week we're heading to the Spooky Swap Meet. This event takes place at the Haunted Heritage Square Museum in LA, a historic gem made up of preserved Victorian-era homes that were saved from demolition and make the perfect setting for spooky events. Every year, I look forward to shopping my favorite spooky small businesses, hunting for discounted Halloween treasures, grabbing a sweet treat or themed drink, and of course, catching up with the spooky community. This is a real full circle moment for me because my first ever YouTube video was last year's Spooky Swap Meet. I'm so thrilled that it's been a year of me making content over here, and to celebrate, I am starting a Patreon, but I'll talk about that at the end of a video after my haul. For now, let's go to the Spooky Swap Meet. We arrived early, but Halloween and horror lovers were already lining up to start their spooky shopping. I checked in with media to grab drink tickets and trick-or-treat bags. We headed in just in time to spot Claire, the co-creator of the Spooky Swap Meet, so I stopped by to thank her so much for inviting me and putting on such a perfect event every year. They have a full map of the event layout and where the vendors are located so you can plan your day efficiently. One of the first buildings is the old Lincoln Avenue Methodist Church, easily one of my favorite structures on the property. This time, it looked a little bit more welcoming with some over-the-garden wall inspired decor, or so I thought.
Oh my god.
I know it's hard to pick favorites, especially with these gorgeous Victorian structures, but I'd love to know which one catches your eye the most. These homes are transformed into photo ops and haunts for the Spooky Swap Meet, but this is a museum during regular business days and they do offer tours.
So nice to see you. Nice to see you too. Grab a candy.
The winner for me this year was this groovy ghoul house where you can pick your favorite sheet pattern and transform into a sheet ghost for a few photos. My friend Sarah and I couldn't pass up the opportunity to browse their dead stock collection and try on some sheets for ourselves.
This is my sheet that I picked. My new skin.
Maybe walking up the stairs with sheets over our heads was a bad idea and we nearly turned into real ghosts, but we figured it out in the end and I think we looked pretty cute. Big thanks to the stylist they had on hand helping us get the look and pose just right. We made sure to say hello to every haunted home so none of them felt left out. This is the Hale House, built in 1887 and described as the most photographed house in the entire city, and I'm sure you can see why. This year, it was transformed into Thorncroft Valley Asylum, a walk-through haunt experience that we were brave enough to check ourselves into.
Getting lost. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. Oh my, quite a large group that we have here today. Anyways, all right, my friends. Well, welcome to the Thorncroft Valley Asylum. We are so happy to have some visitors here today.
Apart from being a creepy production, it was also just fun to snoop around such a historic home.
I've been watching you. You're special.
They find themselves here, and I personally look forward to it. Where are you going?
I bet you have some layers.
Did you enjoy your stay?
I did. It was fun.
Come back next time.
Very comfy, cozy.
Just past Tincantero and the rows of vendors, we made our way back to the church to see what was inside and to catch some evening entertainment.
And you timed that perfectly. There's a live show in the next few minutes.
Ooh, perfect.
Walking into the church, you can see the bones of this building, with part of the ceiling missing and the sun through the stained glass casting rainbows over the room. There are creepy crafts for you to do while listening to the eerie and sweet sounds of satin puppets.
Wake me up inside, wake me up inside, call my name and save me from the dark. Bid my blood to run before I come undone. Save me from the nothing I've become.
Would it be a spooky event if I didn't get a sweet treat or a little beverage?
Hi.
My favorite sweet treat vendors are Deadly Sweet, and not only are they delicious, but every single one is horror themed.
Got my favorite treats.
I always love spotting barmaid beauties at events, and I was so excited to see they've added a matcha and mocktail menu. Their drinks are not only delicious, but they're beautifully decorated and usually served in something fun like a jack-o'-lantern pail or like this one, a gothic black swan.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh my god. It's like ice cream.
One beverage is never enough, so I was thrilled to reunite with Sunshine's lemonade, hands down the best lemonade that I've ever had.
Rest in peace. And it's K-I-A-L-E-Y.
Yeah, L-E-Y. That was amazing.
We're always so far from you. I know, I'm always out in
Good.
not the club.
I know, I'm like, it gets in the way.
Oh, the peach ring is such a fun touch. Two?
Girl. No, don't be sorry.
There you go, enjoy.
Thank you.
It tastes like a peach ring. Yeah.
Are you ready for the main event and to check out some spooky vendors and small businesses? The Spooky Swap Meet stays true to its name, where most of the vendors here are selling discounted items in vintage Halloween. If it's too early to be thinking about decor, maybe you'd like some alternative shoes to add to your collection.
You're kidding.
That's very you.
Very me.
The Horror Bodega has quickly become one of my favorite shops, so I was so excited to see them here because I'd been meaning to stop by soon anyway to restock a few of my favorite spooky snacks.
Try the sour ones.
What makes this event so unique is that I can see a lot of these vendors at events, but for this one, they usually have their merchandise along with some discounted items they don't sell anymore, sample items, or even things that they brought from their home to add to their booths, like a haunted garage sale. Who knew I needed a killer clown piranha plant in my life?
My family. Family portrait.
I always love seeing this booth. It's absolutely packed with all kinds of oddities. Taxidermy and clowns are two of my favorite things to browse because they're just so weird and fun. If you're into mixing the creepy with the cute, Spooksy Boo is the place to go. Her booth is always full of color and sweet spooky vibes.
Oh, so cute. Thank you. See you always.
We eventually made our way back to the haunted hayride and decided it was finally time to head in.
Oh, it's you guys again, right? You guys are stalking me, aren't you? It's a repeat of last year.
I lived. Why did we just go into that like it was normal?
What a treat it was to run into some of my favorite spooky pals on the way out. Then we continued our search for the most unique items and embraced early Halloween shopping. Always have to say hi to Vera's Eye Candy, which is the place to go if you're looking for actually cute horror merch.
Things look different to us under different circumstances. At the moment, things look peculiar.
These bags are new.
Ghoulish Delights is a year-round spooky store that I love. They specialize in antiques, dark decor, and local spooky creators, and this time I left with my dream VHS.
You're lying.
I was getting to us.
The duality of woman.
I was like, oh my gosh.
You could literally have it. We could go back, yes.
And it's sealed. It's a good one. It was like my comfort movie when I was like way too young to be watching that. So finding it is like I can handle it. I'm so happy.
I just had to show off this booth to all of my coffee drinkers if you're in the market to try a coffin-themed coffee brand. One of my absolute favorite brands is Discount Cemetery. Seeing them at events is always a highlight. They're the kindest people and everything they make is perfect. After sunset, the spooky shopping experience got even better as we continued to browse the vendors. Purgatory Candle Company makes elaborately themed horror movie candles, and the scents are not as scary as the movies they're based on. I'm so glad I stumbled across this booth at the end of the night. There's something so special about discovering new spooky artists to share. I was completely in awe of these intricate dioramas. They made me feel like I could shrink down like a little mouse and live in these tiny, beautifully crafted worlds. The spooky swap meet is typically 3 days, the first being the only day that bleeds into the night, and it's so lovely seeing the haunted homes come to life with new lighting and details. Thank you so much for coming to the spooky swap meet with me again this year. Stick around to see what I picked up. I'm sure you're interested in what I picked up at the spooky swap meet. And the first thing I grabbed when we walked in was, of course, Deadly Sweet. They make the most delicious spooky themed treats. They have a lot of like horror movie themed treats and anything you could possibly imagine. They also ship, so I will have their website down below for you if you're interested. I did already eat the Jennifer's Body strawberry cake, so I'm going to insert a little clip here for you guys to admire before it was devoured. And then we also got this peanut butter possessed cookie, which is a dark chocolate cookie with peanut butter, and their packaging is gorgeous. Not only is their branding and marketing like spot on and perfect, but also their treats are genuinely some of the best desserts I've ever had. So had to start there. And then more treats. If you watched my spooky Burbank vlog where I went to the horror bodega, you would know that I completely fell in love with Kelly's Killer Popcorn and these rotten gummies. The horror bodega actually had a booth at the spooky swap meet, so I picked up more Kelly's Killer Popcorn and I got the spicy nacho flavor to try this time. And then I was obsessed with these rotten gummy crunchies and I just had the normal ones, so I picked up the sour ones because I love sour candy and I cannot wait to try this version. There's a year-round store in Granada Hills called Ghoulish Delights. They have a lot of curated spooky vintage taxidermy. They sell a lot of spooky small businesses at their shop. And they had a booth at the spooky swap meet, which I was so excited because I actually have not been to their store yet, so I was so thrilled to see them there. The thing I got is not spooky, but it is Romeo plus Juliet on VHS. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. It is in my top 4 on Letterboxd. And this was my comfort movie when I was really young. I could not fall asleep unless Romeo plus Juliet was on in the background. The soundtrack to this is absolutely amazing. I remember hearing Lovesick by the Cardigans for like a brief moment and like begged my dad to take me to the record store to get the soundtrack just for that song. So this movie means a lot to me and I'm so excited to have it on VHS, and it's also sealed, which is really exciting, and it gets to live with me now. She also threw in some adorable stickers, Schoolish Delight stickers, and this one that says cutest clown at the antique store. And then the last thing I got was at Discount Cemetery, where everything was truly discounted, and I got this cemetery cooler bag. It says, "You kill 'em, we chill 'em." This is perfect, especially because I have some Summerween content planned, and it's the perfect size for like a personal picnic and throw drinks, some snacks in there, have a little Summerween picnic. I am so thrilled. It was only $10 because it's a little lumpy, but it does the job. So I am so excited to finally own one of these. That is all I picked up at the Spooky Swap Meet. Hopefully you saw some vendors that you liked as well, so you can maybe give them a follow and support their stores. Last year, my first video was a Spooky Swap Meet, and I cannot believe that it's been a year for me over here on YouTube. I am so thankful for this community for welcoming me and really enjoying my weird content. My life has changed so much thanks to you guys, and to celebrate, I am starting a Patreon to start my own little spooky community. My May video is already up, and it's a paranormal investigation on the Queen Mary, which is the most haunted ship in the world. I actually filmed this video last year, but it was when I was still warming up to what kind of content I wanted to make in my editing style, so it just never saw the light of day over here on YouTube. But I still think it's a really fun video, and I wanted to get it out, and I thought it would be the perfect start on my Patreon. And you can get like a little peek behind the scenes of like my earlier content. So whether you decide to subscribe over there or not, my hope is that any support that I get will go into making higher quality content across all my platforms, but especially over here on YouTube. If that is something you're interested in, the link will be in my description. It would mean a lot to me, but absolutely no pressure. Even just watching my videos over here is support enough, and I appreciate you so much for being here and watching my content. It has been such an awesome year, and I promise you that this year is only going to be better because I have a lot of things planned already. So thank you for coming along with me to the Spooky Swap Meet, and I hope you have a wonderful and spooky day.